In the early morning hours of Valentine's Day 2019, a woman named Olivia Jones walked the aisles of a local supermarket known as HEB Plus in preparation for dinner with her husband, Chris. As she gathered the ingredients, she observed a bouquet of pink and red roses, colors that symbolize tenderness and passion. As Olivia exited the store with the roses in her cart, she was unaware that in less than 40 minutes, she would be dead. A horrible consequence of so-called toxic love. The police would find her on her bedroom floor in a quiet neighborhood in Beaumont, Texas. 11 minutes earlier, her loving husband, Chris, dialed 911.
Beaumont 911. What is the address of your emergency?
Olivia! Please, hurry. Someone take the gun.
Tell me what's going on.
Right, you ain't say nothing.
I'm at home. My wife been shot in the head. Please,
Somebody shot in the head.
my wife, please. Please.
Calm down,
Tell me,
boy.
where is she shot?
In the head.
Okay, where in the head?
Take it and it went off.
Okay.
He tried to take
I
it
want
and
you
it went.
to try to...
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
FBI, open up!
You tried to take the glick out of your girl's hand. This demonstration. If I'm holding the gun in my hand, right? Demonstration. And somebody trying to get it out of my hand. And it went off. That's possible, right? But how the hell did the goddamn blick end up this way? With the trigger getting pulled and pop her in the head. How that make sense? Somebody explain to me in the comment section. Address me as your highness. Y'all see I got the robe on. Do your homework. But y'all let me know how that's possible. I call
the bleeding.
As soon as the call disconnected, officers headed on their way to the Beaumont, Texas home of Chris and Olivia, located at 5575 Pine Bur Boulevard. At 8:55 a.m., they arrived. Officer Otis Butler was met by a familiar face, 40-year-old Christopher Ray Jones, who was visibly distressed. Officer Butler was close friends with Chris and his wife, Olivia. His body cam was rolling while Chris urged the officers to hurry into the house.
She in the bedroom. Where's the gun? In the bedroom, broken down on the dresser. Come this way. Okay. Please, come this way. This way.
Okay.
Please. Olivia!
As alluded to earlier, the officers made their way to the bedroom and found Olivia lying on the floor.
Why they don't never call the ambulance, bro?
Sir. Okay. Step back.
What's up, Mr. Butler? I tried to take it.
Get his gun.
Mom!
Olivia was found face down with a gunshot wound to the back of her head.
To the back of-
Astonishingly,
How you try to take the damn gun? How do the gun go from in her hand, like this right here, to now you saying that motherfucker was in the back of her head? That don't make no scientific sense, sir. You bogus.
she was still breathing. When the officers rolled her over, they discovered that the bullet had pierced through her right eye. The room she was found in was covered in blood, with spatter all over the walls. The paramedics arrived, and while they tended to Olivia, the police secured the area. Officer Butler had Chris walking, and while they tended to Olivia,
look how slow they walk.
The police secured the area. Officer Butler had Chris walk him through the events leading up to the shooting.
What happened? We had a disagreement. And I say, baby, if you're not working with me, you're working against me. I say, we've been doing this. My 19-year-old stepdaughter was 8. My 11-year-old was 1. I say, Olivia, we can't get it together. We can't be together. Okay. We got several bleeds. And I say, I just want a divorce. And her reaction was, she got the gun? I said, give me the gun. She like, I don't remember which hand. I'm like, give me that gun. What is you doing? Stop trying to scare me. I took it.
So when you grabbed it, went off?
She yanked. I grabbed it and she yanked back. And the gun went off.
Okay.
Behind her head. So you had it like this. That's what you're trying to say. You had it behind her head, and you grabbed it, and you yanked. That don't make no sense, bro.
Chris's story immediately set off red flags. How could such a large man be overpowered by his significantly smaller wife?
Right.
Chris dropped to his knees in anguish, but there were no tears as he asked Officer Butler if he could go check on Olivia.
Hell no, ain't no tears.
Mr. Butler, I got help.
No. You don't need to go in there, okay?
Is she alive?
Yeah, she is.
She is.
We got him.
Is she alive, Mr. Butler? Please don't tell me she alive and she not.
Yeah, when I saw her, she was.
She was talking?
She wasn't talking.
Is she breathing?
It looked like she was breathing. Yeah.
Not crying. This is not a husband who distraught, bro. Sorry. He looked crazy as hell. Do your homework. Look at his face right there, boy. This little boy look like a Ninja Turtle. I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did? This nigga look like a Ninja Turtle. He crazy, boy. He got that master splinter strain.
Sir, I need you to stay right here with me, okay? And calm down.
It ain't looking right, bro.
Upon learning that Olivia was still breathing, Chris's reaction seemed strangely devoid of relief or happiness. Another red flag for Officer Butler. Back inside the home, Olivia's wounds proved to be fatal, and just after 9 a.m., she was pronounced dead. Officers searched the rest of the home and noticed that in addition to the surveillance cameras installed on the exterior of the house, there were 2 more cameras mounted in the living room, monitoring the interior of the house as well. They also discovered the gun that Olivia was shot with, a 9mm pistol covered in blood. However, they found it strange that the gun was in a different room from where the shooting took place. If Olivia was holding the gun when it went off, how did it end up in a different room? The only logical answer was that Chris must have moved it. Following this discovery, the officers decided that the best course of action was to detain Chris until they had a better understanding of what really happened. As Chris was getting handcuffed, his 19-year-old daughter, Ariel, arrived at the house. She had already been contacted by Chris, who told her what had happened. She was clearly devastated.
See the difference? See that difference? He still ain't crying. She crazy. Look,
while the officers tried to console Ariel, Chris was escorted to the back of a police cruiser. Lead Detective Mendy Freeman and Sergeant Yvette Barrero of the Forensics Unit arrived at the residence and were immediately caught up to speed.
According to him, she grabs a 9mm in their bedroom. And she did that. He claims he reached for the gun to try to get it from her. And when he reached for it and they struggle over it, boom.
At that moment, Olivia's sister Angela arrived at the scene, and Ariel once again broke out into hysterics. All of the evidence was collected and sent to the crime lab. Chris was brought down to the station where they took photos of his hands still covered in blood.
They're waiting for the lead detectives. They're going to be the ones that actually interview you, so.
When the detectives finally arrived at the station, they started Chris's interview by asking him what caused
It's hard
the
to hide them emotions,
He said
boy.
that he felt as if Olivia wasn't pulling her weight in the relationship.
I am very particular. If you heard that, that's true. I am very particular. You strive for the best for people. I work really hard, and I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't accept excuses for anybody else.
After telling her that he wanted a divorce, she went to the bedroom and grabbed the gun.
He still ain't crying.
Really? You serious? Really? This is not going to solve anything.
Okay.
You know, this is not, you do not want to do that. Put that freaking gun down before you make a mistake and hurt yourself. She was crying. She was crying.
Chris handed over his cell phone, which had access to the home security camera footage.
Yep. See, you want to access just that camera. You touch that. And that's just that camera. Okay. Good, you follow what I'm saying? So far, let's go back to devices. Yes, sir. And everything is labeled. Carport, backyard, front door, back door, laundry room, side garage, living room, kitchen.
The police examined this footage, hoping to corroborate Chris's story. At 8:41 a.m., Olivia can be seen going about her morning routine in the kitchen. Right. Then, all of a sudden, the footage cuts out. 3 minutes later, at 8:44 a.m., the video is back up, and Chris is captured frantically pacing around the house while on the...
So it just coincidentally went out for 3 minutes. And she ended up getting shot in the head. No. FBI, open up! That's not what happened, bro. It's not even a good lie. So the camera's working perfectly fine. At what time? So as soon as she left, went back in the back room.
Then, all of a sudden, the footage cuts out.
It cuts out. Just miraculously. You might believe in coincidences. I don't. So now you're trying to tell me that this shit just cut out and then cut right back on. And between them two times, this lady was unalived.
3 minutes later, at 8:44 a.m., the video is back up, and Chris is captured frantically pacing around the house while on the phone with 911. 11 minutes later, at 8:55 a.m., the responding officers can be seen entering the residence. That means that Olivia must have been shot during this 3-minute gap in the footage.
Right.
In the interrogation room, Chris was asked why this footage was missing. He claimed that he had no idea.
We're still trying
He turned the camera off.
these videos here, okay? Why would there be no recordings on it? I don't know. It should be. Everybody in that house should be on it. But like I said, the internet, you can go through days and it pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that. You just keep, like, you can pick whatever pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that.
See how he looking at him trying to see if he buying the bullshit ass story?
You just keep, bro. You can pick whatever day you want and it's never going to be consistent. That's why I say it was a waste of money. Well,
true. I get that. You know what I'm saying? That happened with certain cameras. If they power by Wi-Fi, sometimes it go off. Sometimes it just be tweaking for a little second. But it's not a coincidence that the Wi-Fi just so happened to turn off in the same time that she ended up getting unalive.
I'm wanting desperately to find some video on here that corroborates what you're telling us, but almost all the videos start right after this event happened.
Right.
Chris had a bunch of excuses, from internet problems to not charging the camera properly. But at this point, the detectives were taking anything Chris said with a grain of salt. It seemed more likely that Chris, the only one with access to the footage, had tampered with it. Right. Since they did not have the video, they had Chris reenact the moment that he tried to disarm Olivia.
Now go ahead and do my initial. She pulls it. Give me the... Okay. And I go. I'm sorry. No, you're good. No, you're good. I want the chair. I'm sorry. You're fine. I like the chair, man. I'm really
still not crying it.
living it. How you are? I'm reliving it. So she should be shot in the back of her right head. Did you feel me twist your? Did you feel me twist
back here?
Did you feel me twist your? I twisted.
With each question asked, it seems as if Chris was improvising the answer, actively trying to make the puzzle pieces fit together rather than telling the truth. The detectives ended their initial interview feeling more suspicious of Chris than ever. They then moved on to other members of the family, starting with Olivia's sister, Angela.
Olivia Jones is your sister, right? We've been talking a lot lately. We talk every day. I drop her baby to her at the tax office. She's always been timid about everything. But she was the type that whatever went on in their home, she would keep it there.
Yeah, kind of a private
person.
Yeah,
she loved her baby so much that she thought she had to live for them. You know, she would never.
Angela went on to reveal the extent of Chris's control over Olivia.
She can't talk on the phone after a certain time.
Damn.
He controlled the finances.
He one of them Diary of a Mad Back woman ass niggas. He one of them.
He never
wanted to
be in the presence of her family reunions, anything. He never came. But she would have to step off, and when he would call, and all you could hear was him screaming and yelling in the phone. His character is agitation. Like, his character is to be aggressive.
Right.
I just don't get it. Because all she wanted, my sister was a married type. All she wanted was to be loved. Yeah. She loved love. Like, she loved her babies. She wanted to live for her babies.
To make matters worse, Chris's ex-wife Letitia, who he initially met back in 1999, corroborated his pattern of controlling and aggressive behavior.
He crazy.
I met Chris Jones in 1999.
Damn, he been tweaking.
It was just like
he been crazy his whole life, man. Nigga, you ain't calmed down yet.
Like he strangled me, choked me out, drug me through the house. My skin was missing off my back. One time he bit my hand. He had this bite marks in my hand.
I'm gonna move this so y'all can read this.
What it was. If the house not clean,
this is crazy.
He's told me that he would kill me if I was to ever leave him. Told me how he would do it. The reason I never said anything or went for help was because I was extremely in fear of my life. Because I knew and I felt in my heart that he would do that. He would kill me.
Yeah.
And most damning of all were the allegations made by Olivia's daughter Ariel during her interview. She explained what it was like living at the house with her mom and Chris.
One time they were arguing and I heard her say she couldn't breathe. I would see bruises on her. It broke her down to the point where she believed what he said. You won't be nothing without me. Stuff right. Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows that we were her world.
With each person interviewed, the allegations against Chris were stacking higher and higher. They doubled back with him, urging him to tell the truth about what actually happened to the missing footage.
To be honest, I videos.
I look guilty. Not deleting those videos. I look guilty.
Not if you say right now. What you just said a little while ago. I freaked out. I panicked. I did some stuff I shouldn't have done. Is that one of them?
Yes.
How many did you delete?
I don't know.
He done snitched on himself already.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That's how they get him. If you just tell me, I get it. If you just tell me that you panicked, you did something you shouldn't have did, we can get past that. No, they just want your dumb ass to snitch on yourself. They got you.
Afraid of being blamed for something I did do something that looks really bad on me.
While the confession was a much-needed win for the detectives, there was still no trace of those crucial 3 minutes of footage. Right. However, the detectives did their due diligence. From, they spent the days combing through all available footage from the house to see for themselves what daily life was like for the Jones family. Right. In these recordings, the true nature of Chris and Olivia's relationship was on full display.
That's what he forgot, though. Them have been recording for years, months, boy. That shit been recording for a long time, boy. We got evidence to see how crazy you is.
Then you gonna be looking stupid. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor, Mike.
Oh, he crazy.
Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor.
Why you steady yelling like, bro? Didn't you just not? This nigga crazy. And niggas like this, boy, they don't never talk to no nigga like that. And that's what make them, bro, I do not like niggas like this, gang. I do not like. Didn't you just knock something over?
Look on the floor.
You steady, what you call it? And she just don't even say nothing. She just so used to it, and she didn't got brainwashed to the point where she just start grabbing paper towels to go clean it up, gang.
Look on the floor. Look on the floor.
He steady yelling.
Why is that like that? We're not paying attention.
Damn.
Okay, please.
We wasn't worried about the son who bitch a minute ago. That's your mother.
Oh, look, he grabbing her and shit.
Like that, bitch.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. And she lost her life behind this. He one of them niggas, boy. He one of them niggas, boy. Like, gang, why you just do all that? He threw her off. Like, what are you doing?
Look at me like that, bitch.
Don't look at me like
I'm
that.
not playing with you. Lazy. You want to do something, not enough? Listen, give it here. You got all the goddamn answers. You don't do a goddamn thing around.
And he one of them niggas. He just want to be mad, folks. Basically, you just had her clean up something off the floor. She get the cleaning it, and you like put it down. You weren't worried about it a minute ago. Get up, just move. Don't look at me like that, bitch. Like that. Gang, what you want? Like it's I ain't gonna lie, folks. Niggas like this be bitch made, boy. I'm telling you.
Right. This your ass. I know. I was gonna be. That's clean. That's clean.
I didn't want to. They fell on the floor, so I didn't want to reuse them.
You look at it. You don't pay attention what the f*** you doing. You all over the place, Olivia. You ain't got the chance to claim no f***ing off. Food on the wall. Who you bringing now?
Me.
Harriet don't live here. It's you. It always been you.
Chris would take any chance that he could to bully Olivia,
Like,
constantly
he
putting
bullying
her worth
her.
into
Like,
question.
if she dirty, gang, leave her, folks. If she don't clean or whatever it is, folks, she messy as hell, leave her. You can't live with her. But you tweaking, you over bullying, you grabbing, you throwing, you going crazy, like you
even humiliating her in front of her own daughter.
When I got the show ass, you didn't have a job. You collected unemployment. You just had off. And most men in this world want a woman that got what? You wouldn't be doing this if I wouldn't have got upset.
And this in front of her daughter. Is the daughter 11 or this the 19-year-old?
With a bad day, life would be so much easier for me if you start thinking. You do dumb because you don't think.
And she just taking it.
This footage shed light on Chris's true colors and confirmed the allegations of abuse from Olivia's family. Detectives also looked into Chris's criminal records and discovered that he had a history of violent charges, including multiple assaults in 1996 and a domestic assault in 1998, which landed him in jail for a brief period of time. Even though they were still waiting for ongoing forensic analysis results, authorities believed that they had enough evidence to place charges against Chris.
News this morning, a Beaumont man is now facing murder charges in a Valentine's Day shooting of his wife.
On Valentine's Day is
man,
crazy.
Christopher Ray Jones, who worked as a correctional counselor at the Beaumont Federal Prison, killed his wife Olivia.
Oh, he worked as a counselor at the prison? A lot of them niggas be crazy and weirdos like that.
Charged with first-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter in April of 2019. But unexpectedly, within 24 hours after being charged, he was released on a $150,000 bond and was put under house arrest with a GPS monitor.
That's insane.
Now a man charged with murdering his wife is back at their home.
40-year-old Christopher Ray Jones is arrested and charged with shooting his wife in the face on Valentine's Day. His bond was set at $150,000. He paid and is now out.
Many taking to social media to voice their concerns, stating things like, "Can't believe he's out on a $150,000 bond. That's crazy. What's wrong with our system?" And, "Can't believe they would make his bond so low that he got out.
Yeah,
he should
that was
not
crazy.
be walking the streets."
While out on bail, Christopher was allowed to continue operating the Jones family business, a food truck called One Plate at a Time. The judge allowed Chris to work while out on bail since the food truck is directly beside his home. However, this decision was controversial amongst Olivia's family and the community. They knew Chris was the only person with Olivia at the time of her death, and they all seemed to believe that he had killed her.
This food truck on Concord Road in Beaumont is a hot topic on social media. It's not generating rave reviews from many, but condemnation from a grieving family.
I don't see how would anyone want to support someone who murdered their wife on Valentine's Day.
I don't think nobody gonna be buying no plates from you, bro. I don't think it's happening.
Which is a day that we are supposed to celebrate love. And the day that she was going to celebrate that with him, he decides to take her life.
Chris's image was tainted even further when the results from the crime lab came in. The bloodstain patterns at the crime scene indicated that the gunshot wound could not have happened in the way that Chris described it. Additionally, investigators found no gunshot residue on Olivia's hands, indicating that there was no way she was...
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That means that there was no way that the gun was in her hand when she got hit.
was holding the gun when it went off. There was, however, gunshot residue on Chris's hands and clothing. Despite all of the evidence pointing towards Chris, he pled not guilty to his charges. But before his trial would take place, Olivia's family held a gathering to honor her memory.
This Valentine's Day,
Praying for you. Thank you.
purple and red balloons filled Rogers Park.
Purple means domestic violence, and red was one of her favorite colors.
1 year ago today, Joshua Simmons lost his sister.
Valentine's Day was one of her favorite holidays.
I would give almost anything to have her back right now.
What's this year been like for you and your family?
If you can wrap it up in one word, it would be frustrating.
Frustrated with the fact that Jones isn't behind bars. Now the family wants to raise awareness for domestic violence, but more than anything, they want justice for Olivia.
We want him to spend the rest of his life in prison.
Hell yeah. That sound crazy. No gunshot residue on her hand, which means you just lied about the whole thing, because if you said the gun was in her hand when it went off, it'd be a lot of gunshot residue on her hand, her arm, her back of her neck. You know what I'm saying? It was no gunshot residue on her at all, but it was on you. And then we see that if she did grab that gun, bro, it's because she was whooping her ass. It's because she was probably tired of what you call it, but I don't think she grabbed that gun. You feel me? I think you just used this as an opportunity. You woke up mad today. Somebody pissed in your cereal. You woke up mad today because it was a sock on the floor. You decided to go under the thing, grab a pipe, blew her head off. Then you was like, oh, damn, I just might have did too much. Let me try to get a cover-up story. So you deleted the videos real quick, called the police frantic, and then lied.
My sister
ain't no way. Ain't no way he out, bro.
After finally having an opportunity to celebrate Olivia's life, her loved ones would once again have to face her death during Chris's upcoming trial. The courtroom was packed with family members from both sides. It had been over 3 years since Olivia's death, and despite the clear tension between the two families, they all wanted the same thing: justice for Olivia. Prosecutors Jimmy Ham and Mike Laird described Chris as an abusive partner with a violent past, and it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. Chris's defense attorney, Ryan Gertz, argued that Chris only grabbed the gun because Olivia was recklessly handling the weapon, putting both herself and Chris in a dangerous predicament. Forensic pathologist Celestina Rossi provided critical bloodstain analysis and confirmed that Olivia did not have any gunshot residue on her, contradicting the defense's claims that her death was merely an accident. The testimonies and evidence combined ultimately overpowered the defense team, and on February 8, 2022, Christopher Ray Jones was found guilty for the murder of his wife, Olivia Jones.
Why do y'all only be giving these people 30 years? Like, how is this possible? All this, bro, I'll be saying this and then in every video when I hear this, bro. Wallow 267. Wallow, this man did 20 years for a robbery. Nobody got shot, nobody got killed, nobody got hurt, nobody even got punched. It wasn't even no blood ever, nothing. Nobody got hurt. Nobody had a sore thumb or nothing, gang. He unalived his wife and got 10 more years than him. He got 30 years. Now he older, so 30 years is probably the rest of his life. But man, get that nigga at life, man. Make sure he ain't got no possibility to get out.
1,118 days. That's how long Olivia Jones's family says they've waited for this moment. The moment when Olivia's husband, Christopher Jones, was found guilty of murder. Olivia died at the hands of her husband on Valentine's Day 2019. And instead of spending a lifetime behind bars,
we elected to agree with the state to a 30-year sentence because of the potential risk of, an even higher sentence.
In exchange, Christopher waived his right to appeal the conviction. After the judge handed down this sentence, Olivia and Christopher's 2 daughters took the stand. Looking directly at their father, they described the impact of Olivia's death. The youngest daughter, who was only 11 when her mother died, said, quote, "I'll forgive you one day, but right now I can't." Throughout the trial, the prosecution described a history of abuse that finally blew up. Defense attorney Ryan Getz argued a different version of events.
I think that we'll never know what happened in that room. Ultimately, my impression from the jurors is that they just didn't believe Chris's version of events, and that really only left the one alternative.
This was an emotional day for Olivia's family. As they were leaving the courtroom, they were encouraging each other, saying today was all about Olivia and she won.
Christopher Jones is currently serving his sentence in the John M. Wynn Unit in Huntsville, Texas.
That shit crazy, boy. Rest in peace to Lady Olivia, folks. That shit really is wicked, though. That's wicked, gang. Like, I bet you his ass ain't in there bullying no damn body. Do your homework.